Welcome to Shield's Champion Spotlight. On today's episode, our guest is Volibear, the Relentless Storm. This chap is actually so insanely fun. The amount of utility this guy provides and how fun he is to play is actually really unbearable. Until you get nerfed 2 patches in a row. Volibear is a bear with passion for storming into your lane and auto-attacking you to death. See what I did there? I'm a fucking comedian. That's how you make jokes, guys. Volibear was venerated and worshipped by all in the Freljord, for they needed his nominal strength to survive. He was known by many names and many forms, even an eldritch form known as the Thousand-Pierced Bear. Now the skin might show swords in his back, but that's not worth his namesake. Volibear's passive is Relentless Storm, which is just another stacking passive, not really like we've seen that before. Stacks per hit with your attacks. 5% additional attack speed per stack, max out of 5 stacks, 25%. Big attack speed, which then deals increased bonus magic damage. That also chains lightning for subsequent visible targets, which helps you clear camps very well if you can keep it fast enough to not lose your stacks before you get your ups up. No, it does not trigger talisman, so you still go machete. Yeah, I mean, you can also use it for laning, but who plays that shit? His Q is Thundering Smash, and just like Warwick's W, you have to get some ass when you need the most. When it's already beaten up! Anyway, you get a percentage increase in your movement speed for duration of the ability. But remember, bears are predators, and the volley is no different. When he said ass, you know he's coming to clap with that teeny tiny bonus double to the predatory might of your uncle when he got out of jail. Also, empowering your next auto attack to slam your victim to the curb so hard that they cannot move for 1.5 seconds, allowing you to put some pressure on that neck of theirs for stacking your passive on them. You usually use this move to close gaps instead of for some bigger abilities using the stun. As it's an auto-attack modifier, you can just flash on top of somebody to almost guarantee this till he's pop with a stun. As well as your primary move to guarantee your E, hitting with your stun for Skull Crab, kiting monsters, and also players if they end up not watching out to where your E is placed.
1,000 scars! What is one more?
His W, Frenzied Maul, closed the enemy's cheeks wide open, and after they are spread, he can cast it again to chomp on your quivering hiney. And he must really like eating ass since it heals him about as much as a freaking biscuit. And Volley might have some reverse bestiality shit going on since jungle monsters don't really heal him as much, even less after you nasty top laners ruined his appetite. This ability deals damage scaling with his AD as well as 6% of Volibear's bonus health, marking him with the win effect for 8 seconds, which on paper sounds pretty good, and then you also figure out that casting the ability again on a wooden champion just increases the damage by 50%, healing him for a flat amount plus 8 to 16% depending on level of missing health, and this used to be true for jungle monsters too, but fucking god damn it dude, curse these top lane Volibear mains. For jungle, your W is your main jungle sustain, which sucks absolutely ass as the current amount due to the recent nerfs to it, because instead of being able to gank with level 3 with like about 70-80 health, it's more like 40 to 50, which is a lot of health when you're early on. It's the maintenance of proper sustaining outside your E's shield, and usually helps with the extra damage and healing on casting on a marked target.
Step right up!
Is what Volibear would have said if he was Echo using his W. That's it. That's the joke. Like and subscribe. Your E is Sky Splitter, your state supplied taser.
Is he wanted?
Perfect for impeding anyone you dislike, which is very familiar to a stunless Echo W. This move is usually what you will use at the start of every single monster camp and probably a fight, as it deals 11 to 15 max health damage to enemies caught in the ability, is slowing them on top of that. You upgrade this level 2. As after the W nerf, it became a bit harder to go anything else due to the less healing from it, so the shield really helps out to tank some of the damage. This move is your main engage tool to cushion a bit of the damage in the middle of a fight, picking off stragglers, force them to go a certain direction, or just to please your ego, or even force a flash. This move is probably the biggest utility Volibear has. Have you ever thought back to Akali's third invisibility and thought, man, I sure wish I could bring my friends along for some totally fair kills? Well, now your dream come true with Stormbringer. Other than looking badass, this ability has one of the highest single hit AP scalings, right after Nico. Except it's physical damage, so sorry, Nico's still better. Though, she does not have the power of God and legal exemptions on her side. Volibear's R is Stormbringer. His MMA Grand Slam that powers you up to the point that even your enemy's turrets fear to interrupt your bringing of justice. Stormbringer is a short-range leap with one significant bug. It has a really hard time going over walls, and sure, Volibear isn't a black bear, but it's somehow pathetic how little he can leap over. But I digress, because when it does work, this ability is wonders for punishing the criminal scum of Runeterra. Upon landing from the leap, Volibear gains the Stormbringer buff, which allows you to walk through units, gaining 200 to 600 health at cast, bonus attack range increased to the range of the W, a chunky 35% size increase, the impact of the cast dealing 400 to 700 damage, scaling with an extra 250% bonus AD and 125% flat AP percentage. And it's insane how much damage this can do. Swinging enemies for 1 second, seconds, decaying, slow. On top of that, the fragile masculinity of the police officer, Volibear cannot afford to make himself fragile enough for lethality builds, so the damage is less scary than it actually sounds. The real threat comes from the fact, just like his body cams, Volibear can turn off turrets when he wants to give up pummeling that wouldn't look so good in court, and disable it works for 3 to 5 seconds depending on level on the outer part of his ultimate hit radius, which has insane power for even the weakest level 6 dive to work out, as the completely ignores you for 3 seconds, which also depends on already stacked damage as well as the attack cooldown on the tower, and that can negate a lot of damage and let both of you live instead of doing a pointless 2-for-1 dive. Overall, the Volibear rework really did him justice for his own character, and I'm pretty proud to say that he's been performing very well. Sadly, getting all 3 nerfs and 1 attack speed buff within 4 patches is slightly upsetting, but he's clearly quite a bit too strong in departments regarding those things that were nerfed. As for Jungle State, what the fuck? Like, why did you do that? If I would have to rate this according from the performance and how fun it is, I'd say a solid 8 out of 10 on both of them. He's really fun, he performs well, but it's kind of discouraging to play him after seeing so many nerfs. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. It's been a very long time since I tried a proper upload, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it to the end. The jokes in this one were pretty heavy due to the fact I was feeling funny when making this video. It's as dumb as it sounds. Comment down below which character, preferably jungle, you'd like me to do next, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.